What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So in this video, I want to talk about investing, and I know I don't get a lot of traction with investing, but I'm going to continue to do it because I love to talk about investing, and I'll attract new people. I do get positive comments, and I really appreciate it, but I'm going to go into my investment strategy when I choose to invest every single morning. What do I look for? How do I make my trades? And then, what profit do I seek and all that other type of stuff. So I'm going to get into that in just a second. Before I start, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button. And I do a giveaway every single week. So if you want to know about that giveaway, just stick around till the end and you'll hear all about it. So my investment strategy, a lot of people when they think of investing, some people think that it's simple. Some people think that it's extremely hard. And then, obviously the people that thought it was simple and jump into it thinking that it's simple, a lot of times they're going to lose money because they just invest in something that they're comfortable with, but not understanding exactly where their entry point is or what they should be looking for before they actually press that buy button. So a lot of investors that will teach you will make it more complex than it has to be. And there's a simple way of looking at it. And I try and simplify it for anybody that I run into. And it tends to work out for a number of people that I teach. And it's a very simple concept. It's nothing that's too extreme. It's nothing that you have to basically have a background in finance. You do have to have an understanding of math, an understanding of numbers really, and common sense. But other than that, you should be completely fine. And I've taught probably, not that many, like 7, 8 people. And 7, 8 people are doing pretty well from what I understand. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. I don't want this video to be too long, longer than it has to be. So let's go ahead and get into my investment strategy. So first, what I normally trade with, and you don't have to trade with this much, I just do it because I would be listed as a pattern day trader if I didn't. But I have 25,000 to 30,000 in my account. Not now, usually when I trade, 25,000 to 30,000 in the account. And am I trading with 25,000 or 30,000 all the time? No. Sometimes it's 5,000. Sometimes it's, 20,000. Sometimes it's 10,000. You never really know exactly how much you're trading with until you do all of your research. Then you can figure out, what you're going to trade with that day. But it will change from day to day. If it stays the same, if you trade with the whole entire bank, then basically it's like you're gambling. You're just risking the whole thing with maybe some educated guesses. But 25,000 to 30,000, that makes it very simple. I also trade short-term investing intraday. That's me. So sometimes I'll trade within an hour. Sometimes I'll trade within 30 minutes or 5 minutes. It just all depends where my entry point is and where I expect them to be. So that's just how I do it. You can trade every week or bi-weekly or monthly or whatever your strategy may be, but always have something set in stone that you want either short-term or extremely long-term. I do have high volume trading, so I'll do like 100 to 1,000 shares, depending what my target is. I'll also do 1 to 5 trades a day, depending, where I'm at and if I hit my stop loss or I hit my target. I'll also trade well-known stocks. I won't trade anything that's like penny stocks or anything that's too not well known, if that's what you want to say. But yeah, I trade well-known stocks. So sometimes I'll trade Apple, sometimes I'll trade Facebook, which I haven't had any luck with, but sometimes I'll trade other things. Basically what I tend to do when it comes to buy and short sell, I actually have an 80% to 20% ratio. Most of the time I'm looking to buy, but then you have those periods to where you're looking to short, and you never know when you're going to short until you have that reaction on the chart. And I'll kind of explain that, but I buy most of the time, even though a stock goes down more than it goes up. Now, is it going to increase more than it will decrease? Probably. Now that's where you find the issue. A lot of people say, how does that make sense if you have the stock market going up? So the market goes down more than it goes up. So if you look at 10 days, you're going to see like 6 or 7 days go in the negative versus 4 days go in the positive or something like that. So hopefully I didn't lose you. Let's go back into it. So I will have 25,000 to 30,000 in the account. I will do short-term investing intraday. I will also do high volume, 100 to 1,000 shares. I'll do 1 to 5 trades per day, depending when I hit my target. I'll also trade well-known stocks. And my buy to short sell ratio is 80 to 20. So 80% buy, 20% short. So now let's get into how I pick stocks. So like I said, I pick well-known stocks like SiriusXM, like even Amazon, like even, Facebook or, Microsoft. I pick well-known stocks. I also use scanners, and I'll make sure I put a picture up on the screen. I use scanners where I go into different types of stocks. And my scanner settings are things to where I'm looking for these short-term stocks, these short-term moves. So some of the settings that I'm looking for is I'm looking for a stock to be up in the short term and down in the long term. I just want to see them at a point to where they're at their bottom, but they're making their move on the way up. So that's what I'm looking for. A lot of times you don't see that, even if you do find a stock that looks like that, where it's up 1%, but history or over 52 weeks, you're down, 20%. You don't really find that the chart is reflective of what you want. So you just want to look at it and say, are they actually on their way up? And what's the news behind it? And just research that a little bit. I'm looking for stocks that move more than $1 a day. So a lot of times I'm taking the beginning price and then I'm taking the ending price and just doing, a subtraction or something like that. I'm looking how much it moves, or I'm taking the highs and lows for the day and then being able to see how much that moves. So I'm looking for a stock that moves more than $1 a day. If it doesn't move more than $1 a day, then I'm not interested in it. I'm also looking for a stock that moves less than $5 a day. And sometimes I'll pick stocks that move a lot more than $5 a day, like Amazon. Sometimes they move like $30, $60, $70. And that's just because, it's close to $2,000 to trade. But a lot of times I'm looking for less than $5 a day just so I don't have a volatile stock. I don't want something that moves too much and then I can't catch it, I can't time it. So that's why I'm looking for something less than $5, more than $1. I also look for stocks that gap up in the pre-market. So if I see something that goes from $20 and then gaps up to $25 without any movement in between, then I'm definitely looking at that stock to see exactly what they can do, and that's going on my watch list. So all of these stocks that I find are going to go on my watch list after I do a little bit of research. So say I find a stock that's less than $5 and more than $1, and then it's up in the short term and down in the long term. If I find what I really want, I'm going to check out the chart. I want to make sure the chart with candlesticks, make sure it's moving in the way that I hope throughout different days. I'll make sure I check one day. I'll make sure I check 5 days. I'll make sure I check months. I want to check every single level to understand how that will move. And then after I figure that out, that's when I'll put it on my watch list and I'll watch it a little bit more. So most of the time I'll add 2 to 3 stocks to my watch list, sometimes 5, and I'll narrow it down to about 2, just because I want to understand exactly what I'm going to trade. Most of the time I'm trading the same stock multiple times. So I'll get in and out of, let's say, Facebook, and I'll get in and out of Facebook again. I'll get in and out of Facebook again, depending if I hit my target or if I hit my stop loss. So I hope I didn't lose you. If you have any issues with all of that stuff, just rewind and watch it again. Hopefully I explained it pretty well. And finally, here's some of the calculations that I use. So when I look at stocks, I want to understand exactly what my target will be, what my profit to loss ratio will be, where I'm going to invest. I want to understand a lot of points, a lot of areas that I can invest successfully. So the first area, the first calculation that I look at is the target. And a lot of times it's $100. Sometimes it's $200. Most of the time it's $100. I'm looking to only move or only gain $1 out of it and have like 100 shares. Now sometimes I'll look to gain $1 out of it and have 1,000 shares. Then I'm looking to gain $1,000 that day. But most of the time it's just I'm looking for a simple, quick profit of $100. You also want to look at your profit and loss ratio. My profit and loss ratio is usually 5 to 1. Sometimes it's 3 to 1. So if I'm looking to gain $100, my loss better be at $20. So I do not want to lose any more than $20. If I lose more than $20, then I'm done. That's how it has to go. Also, you want to set that stop loss based on the profit to loss ratio. So just like I said, you have $100 and you set your stop loss at $20, then you're going to get stopped out at $20. And if you lose $21 or you lose $19 or whatever, then you can just get stopped out and say, I'm done for the day. I'll pick it up tomorrow and I'll do more research tomorrow. You want to live to fight another day. That's the issue. Some people will not take a loss and they'll say, oh, it's only $20. And then 2 minutes later, it's at $40, and then it's at $60, and then it's at $100 or $1,000. And then you're just like, well, now I have to hold on to it. So don't give yourself that excuse. If you lose money, just make sure you lose less than you earn. Also, you want to set your entry point. So when you're looking at the stock, you got to know exactly where you want to enter, where you expect that stock to be, and where you expect that stock to go. So like I said, if you're at $20 and you expect it to go up to 25, but right now the market hasn't opened yet and the stock is at 22, but you know that it's going down, you want to wait till you hit that entry point of 20 and then, get up to your target, which is 25. So just know exactly where you're going to enter the stock, and it could be a range. It could be, you're at 20 to 21. If you're between that range, you want to enter the stock. But you have to know your entry point. Also, 2 things that are very important. When you hit your target, get out, let it go. Don't try and push for more. When you hit your stop loss, definitely get out, because you don't want to lose more. And I understand that a stock can recover, but just because it recovers when you get out of the stock doesn't mean that it would have recovered when you were in it. So don't think that you missed out on an opportunity. Yeah, you may have missed out on an opportunity, but you don't need to think that way. You need to make sure you understand that you're living to fight another day, because it could, just like it easily went up, it could have easily went down. So just don't take it to heart. I've done that with Facebook, and that's why I haven't had success. And the last thing is just be disciplined. With all of these things that go on with moving markets and not being able to time the market, just be disciplined. And if you have a target, you have a stop loss, stick by it. Stick by your profit to loss ratio. Stick by every single calculation that you have. It just makes it 10 times easier. And if you use these methods, then it should make it easier on your life. Now, a lot of times I'll get caught up in down weeks, and I'll have multiple days to where I'm losing, my stop loss. And then if I get to 5 days, basically I'm at where my profit target will be, and I just lost a bunch. So a lot of times I'll take time to trade in a simulator. If you can, do that in a simulator. And I know that takes away from a day that you can trade, but sometimes instead of losing money, you just need practice. And that's how I look at it. This is my strategy, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I tried to make it as simple as possible. And if I did make it too complex, if you have any more questions, reach out to me on Instagram or comment down below and let me know your questions. I will gladly respond to those as long as I have time. I feel very busy at most times of the day, but I'm trying to respond to every comment. So make sure you comment down below and let me know exactly what you think. But that's how you should look at trading. You should have a strategy built up. I'm not saying that you should take down my strategy, but it's not a bad strategy. It's very simple. You just need to develop something that's simple for yourself, something that you see that other people don't see, because everybody's different. You can't adopt the same strategy and expect to be as successful as that person, because you don't think like that person. So set your own strategy based on some of these things that I have set up here, and go from there. Hopefully you're successful. But that's my strategy, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button on this video. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. And I do a giveaway every single week. I give away 2 Amazon gift cards at the end of the week. And all you have to do in order to enter that giveaway is just comment on at least one video for the week, like at least one video for the week, and also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you do all those things and you get 1 ticket in the hat, if you want multiple tickets, then just comment on multiple videos. But that's my video, guys. Thank you for watching again. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.